Let's work on a large order together. So I'm like 99% sure this is the largest order I've ever received, aside from like wholesale orders. So like last time, I'm gonna let you guys guess how many rings this person ordered. I'll give you 3 seconds to guess. 3, 2, 1. Okay, guessing's over. This person ordered 12 rings total, which is so many, but let's get into the order. So here's a list of all the rings they got. We're gonna work in pairs because they did get doubles of every single ring. So we're gonna start with these first two, which is a size 6 and a size 11. And they did get our custom pet name ring. If you paid attention to the list, they mostly got custom pet name rings. But here's the stamps we need for these ones specifically. And like all of our rings, we have to start with what's in the middle. So in this case, it's the letter I and N. And the reason why I start in the middle is it just helps me make sure everything else on the ring is centered. Now that I stamped on the full name, we're gonna grab our paw print stamp, and this is going to go at the beginning and the end of the name. And then eventually I'm gonna move on to the second ring. But also I wanted to mention, not only is there a paw print option for this ring, but we also have a horseshoe option. Let's move on to the next set of rings. Again, they're custom pet name ring in a size 8.5 and an 11. However, this one's slightly different because they wanted the letter O's to be replaced with paw prints rather than having it at the beginning and the end of the name. So we're going to start with what's in the middle, and I did stamp the second one off camera. Here's what both of the rings look like so far. And now we're going to move on to the third pair of rings, which, surprise, they're more custom pet name rings. But again, these ones are slightly different from our original design because they wanted a paw print stamp at the beginning of the name and a moon at the end of it. And we're going to make these ones in a size 9 and an 8.5. And for this name specifically, the middle letter is I. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out that stamp. Here's what it looks like. And same as all the other rings, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that in the middle along with all the other letters. And then I'm going to grab our paw print and moon stamp. Here's what they look like. And I'm just going to put one at the beginning of the name and the other at the end. Also, I stamped the rest of the pet name rings off camera. That way this video isn't too long. But just so you could see what they look like so far, here they are. There are 10 of them total, so we still have 2 more rings to go. As you can see, there's so many that they don't all fit on the stamping block. But now we're going to move on to the final pair of rings, which is matching couple initial rings. So they got one in a size 13 and the other in a 7.5 with the initials E and L along with our heart design. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp both of those. Also, I wanted to mention that not only are all the rings in this video super affordable, but they're also made from aluminum, so they'll never turn your fingers green. Anyways, once all the rings are fully stamped, I put them together and add on this ink. That way the engraving's more visible, and then any excess ink gets wiped off. And here's all the custom pet name rings. Here's them at a different angle so you can see them a little bit better. Here's the couple initial rings, and here's all 12 rings all together.